welcome to the home of the local and international tourists. I'm your host for today, Eloise Scoble, and today we bring in the best in adventure, travel and cuisine. And speaking of cuisine, boy do we have a mouthful for you coming up right now.
And what have you prepared for us today?
Well, on the bread, we started off with the homemade bread. So we got the focaccia, we got the grilled flatbread, and then on the dips we got kebab ganoush, we got hummus. They both they finished off with mushroom dust, and we got the pickled root veg. The starters, we have the chicken salad, so that's got the baby spinach. They're tossing some oil, burrata, the traditional Italian cheese, some marinated the tomatoes, then avocado, and we got the fritti misto, which is the calamari, served with mushrooms and zucchini, and as well as the parmesan with shaved melon. For mains, we got three pastas. We got lobster tortellini, we got a 3 cheese ravioli, and we got oxtail pappardelle. Then we got 2 meats, which is the baby chicken and the duck, coffee curd duck with egg yolk ravioli. For desserts, we're going on to our dark chocolate and the passion fruit tart with the espresso mousse, pistachio panna cotta, and mango sorbet.
Okay, and what was the inspiration? Because it's quite a varied number of dishes. So what was the inspiration behind them?
Well, for most of the dishes, I wanted to go more traditional. So with the salads, for instance, the burrata, you don't see enough of that. So I wanted to get that in. And for the pastas, I wanted to focus on the flavors, the shapes, as well as the right fillings. You know, it's what goes with it, it's what's complemented. And the meats, you know, your traditional Italian, your good meats, you know. The desserts, I got a few. I got the tiramisu, the panna cotta, the tarts. So what I've done is I've just focused on the flavors and not so much as the plate.
Food enthusiasts from all over Gauteng flocked to the Sun Arena in Times Square, Pretoria, where hundreds of food stalls and master chefs promised to delight taste buds with cuisine from all over the world. But before the chefs got busy, they sat down to share some secrets and also tell us what they were planning to cook for the crowds over the 2-day affair and their thoughts on South African cuisine.
We're all from Melbourne. There's a similarity in terms of climate, there's a similarity in terms of history, there's a similarity in terms of you love the sport and you love the food. There's similarity in terms of how food binds, you know, your families together just like it binds all our families together. You're a rainbow nation. We are kind of like an Australian version of that. So yeah, I think there's so much similarity, and also you're just starting to explore and understand your amazing indigenous heritage in terms of the ingredients you can find that are truly unique, whether it's truffles of the Kalahari or speck bloom or stuff like that. And that for us is exciting because when you travel somewhere, I want to eat Italian food in Italy. I don't want to eat it in Mumbai. I want to come here and get a real taste of, you know, I want a milk tart and I want to, you know, I would like maybe some Cook Sisters, you know, the Afrikaans version and also the Bocat version. So I think that for us is really exciting to discover new things that are traditional and new things that also describe them.
I remember my second visit here, I got invited into a home and got to sit there with the braai master and, you know, understand all the rituals about it and I love that. I love the fact that they're so engaged and passionate about one thing. And I go, so do you do this, once a month? And he looked at me and goes, no, maybe 3 times a week. And he's passing that information on to his son, and his son's part of it. It's really beautiful. It's something that, you know, that story needs to be told to the world, and you guys are doing that. And that's exciting.
We've sat down and we've tried to work great hotel flavours into what we're doing. Some of those, you know, it's your classic proper chef flavour, like a naji. Some of them maybe a little bit more, how should we say, prosaic, a little bit more. Let's just say you'll see knickknacks, used in a way you've never seen them before. You'll also see, I won't say anymore, but suffice to say, it's a very different demonstration, but it's about discussing this idea that all food has a sense of place, and that's what I want to do. I don't want to just bring you the flavours of Australia that you cannot recreate. I want to give you a sense of how you can create a uniquely local experience and also have food that absolutely bangs with flavour.
With the formalities wrapped up, we dived right into the heart of the festival and sampled some of the most eye-catching food and drink displays on the floor.
These are all little mini gourmet cakes, and they either like little chocolate or vanilla, very moist, and then they've all got the different centers inside, from Nutella to chocolate mousse to caramello to chocolate Oreo, all different ones, Milky Bar, Nutella.
It looks dangerous. What is your best seller?
I would probably say either the chocolate Nutella or chocolate mousse seems to be very popular, as well as our vanilla chocolate bar one. We are situated in Joburg. We are in Sunninghill, and we're in the Sunninghill Shopping Centre, which is Tana Road in Sunninghill.
Well, what we do have here at the Appetite Fest is the best chili, best potjie. It's a lamb potjie that we serve with samp, rice or pap. Traditional South African, and at a food festival like this, what best is there to have to give to the people?
What do people mostly buy? The pap or the samp, or what goes faster?
I say the samp is quite a number that they like to use, but a traditional pop is always great with potjie, and then you get the likes of your overseas market, which normally just go with a Safeway and eat it with rice. We normally do big festivals here around South Africa, and that is my speciality, to do potjie, along with my best chili products, my sauces, and all freshly produced sauces, and then the spices, and that's what we basically do, is to make potjie course. You don't see potjie course at a lot of festivals, and the people enjoy it.
So we are a local craft gin. We come from the cradle of humankind. We've only been going for about 2 years now, 1 year in the shelves, and with that we've grown exponentially. In this modern day market, we've got 140 different types of gin in South Africa alone, and for us to try and make an impact means that we have to have a quality product. So we've got 3 different types of gin. We've got a Marula, which is citrusy, spicy backbone with a hint of floral. Very easy drinking and refreshing, so this is what I have in my hand over here. So we pair it with rosemary, orange, and a bit of cinnamon. Then we got our wild cucumber, which, being on shelves for a year, has won 2 gold awards. We won the Michelangelo Gold Award last year, and this year we just won the SA Women's Award. So that's green, herbaceous, and very refreshing. I don't know if you've actually seen what the wild cucumber looks like.
No, I haven't actually.
Here is a wild cucumber. So it grows naturally in the bushveld locally, and you can find it across Africa and even Australia. So this is what the cucumber used to look like before they made it our English cucumber.
Seriously?
Seriously. So they modified the English cucumber to go take away all these thorns, take away the fleshy inside, and we use it because it's subtle flavors and also comes back to our origins.
While all the furious sampling and tasting was going on in the main exhibition area, there were masterclasses also being conducted in different surrounding venues where one could buy a ticket and get to see firsthand one of their favorite chefs in action. With international and local chefs to choose from, I of course opted to see a proudly South African foodie in action, our very own Jay Something.
So the recipes that I'm going to show you are very personal, and I might seem a little bit strange as well, but that's what we do. We try and just make things that are fun and that are relatable to people and that are easy. So I'm going to start making something that is going to be on our dessert menu coming up. everybody loves desserts, and one of the things that I grew up eating, I'm not sure if you did, was cookies and milk, which is like this thing that we've all seen in a movie or we've all done at home. So we have on our menu cookies and milk on our upcoming menu. So we're going to do what might seem like a really weird cookie, but it tastes really good. Cloves of garlic, all right, whole garlic, chili, and...
Not only did Jay make a super unique batch of cookies, but he also showed us how to make a truly awesome steak, egg and chips. And trust me when I say both were very delicious and are going to be a definite draw card to his restaurant.
The new menu is, how do I make this sound? It's a lot more aligned with who I am. So when I started this restaurant, I think what I had was sort of like a misalignment between my food and who I was. And I think it's like normal. I had a lot of pressure and I thought people are going to expect a certain level of cooking. So I fell into that trap of trying to be pretentious, and I did some really fancy food and it looked incredible and it tasted good, but it wasn't me. So with this new menu, what I've done is to really incorporate who I am, what my vibe is, and that is non-pretentious cooking. It's a steak, egg and chips with presunto and delicious. It's fried chicken. It's fried chicken like you've never tasted before though. Everything is like sounds simple, but it's elevated. That is happening. We've got our beautiful people.
By the end of the day, we were popping out of our clothes but truly satisfied. And we can honestly say we had a forking good time, and we will be back again next year.
If that didn't make you hungry, then I don't know what will. Why don't you share your food experience with us on Trendz on SABC using the hashtag TrendzTravel, and that's on Twitter and on Instagram.
Hey, amakhazi asipulele since kusile la Septemmber la kuyabanda le goli, and then sesize sadecide ukuthi sivele sibase umlilo khona sokhona nokufudumala kusebenzeki na kahle.
Police killers are not coming from the sky. They are actually coming from the communities where we are. So it cannot be correct.
We regret what has happened because the strike affects everyone. So is electricity. Electricity also affects everyone. It's a community problem.
We are owing ESCOM. Currently, we could not reconcile the bill, what they bill us, with theirs. We could not agree.
Is he facing conspiracy? What is the nature of the corruption charges that he faces? But if it's a blatant kind of corruption case, he faces a potential 15 years in prison. And lest we forget, his father is in the dock in a few weeks' time, also facing corruption charges. So those parallels between father and son and the regime change in South Africa and what's happening with our courts at the moment will be something that is profoundly interesting, I think, to all South Africans.
Welcome back, Trendy Travers. As you know, we love to combine travel and food, so we take you to Nigeria, Cuba and Taiwan for a bit of jollof, pizza and ice cream.
One of the most heated food debates in Africa: who makes the best jollof? A humble yet flavor-packed dish made of rice and mix of blended tomatoes, onions, spices and sometimes meat. The dish is popular across West Africa, but the controversy lies in which country can lay claim to the tastiest version. Straying too far from the original recipe, however, once got the British celebrity Chef Jamie Oliver in the crossfire of a social media scandal dubbed Jollofgate. He added the whole vegetables, coriander and a lemon wedge and parsley. Before that, supermarket chain Tesco was forced to remove its jollof rice recipe from its website following complaints on the Twitter.
I don't think I can go a whole week without eating jollof rice. That's how important it is. And as you can see, I'm even having some of it right now, even though there are other options of other things that I could have chosen.
There's a party, if there's no jollof rice, the party is not yet over. So I think it's just something that the Nigerian society, we come to all agree generally that it's a very important meal wherever.
Nigerians consume jollof religiously. It is why Jollof Rice Festival, held in Lagos this week, was attended by more than 4,000 people.
We already know who the winner is. Nigerian jollof is a winner any day, anytime, and it's just, maybe they are just trying to believe what they want to believe. Other countries, I don't know about other countries, I'm not even interested in tasting their jollof because I have everything I need in Nigerian jollof.
The dish is said to have originated from Senegal, where jollof is a wolof, word meaning one pod, but is also popular in countries like Gambia, Sierra Leone, Togo, Liberia, Mali, Cameroon, and Nigeria. Experts say the key to great tasting jollof is blending all the ingredients with the rice.
Jollof rice is originally from Senegal. It's not indigenous to Nigeria, but Nigerians do it really, really well. And Nigerians have found a way to bring jollof rice into practically everything they do. So birthdays, funerals, parties, Nigerian jollof goes with everything, and it's, you know, jollof rice has become that mainstay. You go to a party and there's no jollof rice, you're like, oh boy, what's in happen? You know, it's just become an icon of celebration.
Nigerians claim they are the real winners of what has become known as the Jollof War. At the festival, chefs worked with guests to experiment with the secret ingredients, and then foodies in Nigeria do not argue about its origins, but they claim to have tastefully made it their own, a celebration of Nigerian culture.
Small, greasy, cheesy, and cheap, the Cuban pizza is taking its place among the most popular foods in Havana. For adults on the go, teens looking for a cheap meal, or even tourists trying to stave off a hangover, the pizza is fast becoming the food of choice.
El problema de la pizza es que en primera es económica y en segunda uno está haciendo mandado y está haciendo cosas y es lo más rápido que se puede comer. Bueno, y todo el cubano come pizza.
The pizza is a simple concoction of dough, sauce, cheese and fat, lacking the more traditional Cuban tastes of pork, yuca and rice. But that has not stopped the pizza boom in the capital. Vendors are selling pizzas throughout the day, even for breakfast, and small pizzerias are opening up throughout the city.
La pizza también es económica, no vale tanto como un plato de arroz, frijoles, carne, pollo,
Marta Casteda owns the Ami Manera Pizzeria and said she is getting attention on social networks and from foreign tourists because of her unique delivery method. The pizza is made on the upper floors of a Havana building and is lowered down using a fan cover as a tray.
Ha llamado más la atención a lo que es a los extranjeros y estamos en las redes sociales y es debido a que la pizza baja en una careta de ventilador. Y eso es lo que le ha llamado la atención a la pizzería. Aquí tenemos que tratar de buscar la manera de poder vender, de poder mantener la licencia, de poder tener todo. Entonces lo que hemos hecho es, con nuestros recursos, buscar soluciones.
Esa pizza cubana, la cual ya tiene ciudadanía de ser cubana por sus características, es una pizza esponjosa, es una pizza pequeña, es decir, para una persona. El queso, bueno, el queso que se utiliza, ¿cuál queso? El que se encuentra. con todos queda sabroso, porque es esa armonía entre la salsa, el queso y esa masa tan esponjosa lo que le da el sabor a la pizza.
The typical pizza cost 12 Cuban pesos. The pizza gained popularity in the 1990s during the special period when many families sold pizzas out of their homes.
Very, very cheap, cheaper than anywhere else I've ever seen. When I'm drunk, it's better than anything. It's so good.
妈，你吃脚，你吃这个狗腿，包含就能创意，而且不用创意。对啊。
Puppies are on the menu at this restaurant in Taiwan, and every day happy customers take pictures and tug into them, limb by limb, feeling sorry and happy at the same time. The Shapei puppies look almost too real to eat, but are made of chocolate, milk tea, or peanut-flavored ice cream.
它的纹路做得很逼真，然后它的尾巴跟它的手脚都做得非常的好，然后它的眼睛在看你的时候，好像真的是一只真的狗狗在看你的样子。我真的觉得这个冰非常的特别，然后它的所有的制作的过程，我蛮好奇它是怎么制作的这样子，对，怎么可以做出那么逼真的狗狗。
JC Company Art Kitchen in the southern city of Kaohsiung has been serving these treats since last month, making them a special puppy-shaped molds with a special recipe that creates a hairy-looking frost on top of the ice cream. The ice cream is frozen at -30 degrees Celsius, so it will keep shape long enough for staff to color the puppy's eyes with chocolate sauce before the wrinkled features of the dog start melting.
狗冰的部分的话，我们是为了要做出真的非常的像真实的狗狗的状态，所以我们特别去找了一个比较去国外请定制一些比较特别一点，那它的拟真度比较高的一个模具。那因为它跟之前做的冰淇淋的方式会有点不一样。那因为我们为了制造出狗狗它比较表面会有一点点毛茸茸的冰霜的一个就是状态，所以我们在配方上面我们有稍微跟之前的冰淇淋我们稍微做了一点点调整。
One puppy ice cream takes about 5 hours to make, and customers can devour the small ones for $4 and the larger ones for $6. Thanks to the social media, the restaurant is struggling to keep up with the demand as they can only make 100 per day.
就觉得他这样很可怜，因为他就是他做的还蛮真实，就很像有狗狗趴在这边，对，然后就是觉得好像切它会很痛，有点可怜。这好有
for you on Trendz Travel, so stay tuned. We'll be back right after this very short break.
We are tired and we want people to take action. We want government to take action because women are being raped, women are being killed, women are being sexually and physically abused every day. Children are going missing.
See men at the forefront of this march is what softens the heart and makes us all feel proud of the type of men that we have in our country.
Here, the rates of violence against women and children are alarmingly high. Enough is enough.
If you're like me, then you obviously have a bit of a sweet tooth, so we take you all the way to New York City for a bit of candy.
What if an eccentric chocolatier and a daredevil pop star had a whirlwind romance, got married while skydiving, and had a glamorous, glittering love child who grew up to rule a small nation? Well, welcome to Candytopia, where colossal candy floss constructions meld with a tantalizing taffy twistedness. You get to explore a sprawling sanctuary of confectionery bliss, tastefully curated by Hollywood candy queen Jackie Sorkin, realized by master fabricator Zach Hartog, and brought to life by lifelong retailer John Goodman.
Candytopia is sensory overload.
This 4-month interactive art installation celebrates the vibrant colors and flavors of our favorite sugary delights across a dozen environments. From flying unicorn pigs to a marshmallow tsunami, you should bring your family and friends and your sweet tooth for an experience like no other.
So when you come in, I want touch, taste, sound, sight. I want you to feel almost like, what is this? And then the candy on top of it, you're gonna have a sugar high. So yeah, it's taking us back to the fact that we're all kids at heart.
Why wouldn't you come? It's fantastic. You'd have to be a jerk not to like this, right? You really would. Like, who wouldn't like this?
Sorkin was inspired by Willy Wonka and his magical sugar-filled factory.
I usually eat them once in a while, but then I usually eat fruits and vegetables.
I think Candytopia is awesome. I wasn't expecting to be so into it, but I think it's something that adults and kids will enjoy together.
If you have ever dreamed of nibbling your way through Candyland or scoring a golden ticket, then this is the right place. You can treat yourself to Candytopia and let your taste buds and your imagination soar. The interactive exhibit, which has drawn the likes of Drew Barrymore, Gwyneth Paltrow, James Corden, and Wiz Khalifa, has nearly a dozen rooms at the New York City edition.
Everyone knows Willy Wonka, and it was really just an amazing story that really spoke to me as a child. I loved candy, I loved sweets, chocolate, sugar made me crazy. But I also love the message of the movie. You know, the message is a little deeper. It's really about dream big, you have big ideas, never give up. One day you find your golden ticket, one day you get your shot in life, right? And one day you might end up with the big candy factory, and it happened.
The huge exhibit welcomes visitors in through Wonka-esque gates, through a tiny Harry Potter-like village, and whisks you into a dreamy, grammable heaven where everything is made out of candy and made for selfies. Elements of the Santa Monica pop-up that have made their way to New York include a swimming pool, this one filled with about 500,000 giant marshmallows, a candy-covered Sphinx sculpture, and candy recreations of such artworks as the Mona Lisa's, Van Gogh's The Starry Night, and Rodin's The Thinker.
People are loving experiences over stuff now. You know, I know that we hear the word pop-up a lot. I think us at Candytopia, we really feel that it's more of an experiential adventure. We like to call ourselves a mini theme park. You know, we feel like this whole type of experience is really creating a new form of entertainment for the world.
Candytopia is just the latest Instagram-engineered food experience to pop up in New York City in the wake of the Museum of Ice Cream in 2016. New additions to the genre include Jacques Touré's ongoing chocolate museum, the Egg House, a spring pop-up on the Lower East Side, and the Museum of Pizza, coming this fall. The Museum of Ice Cream also returned to New York City with the Pint Shop, an interactive grocery experience running through August in Chelsea. As far as eating candy goes, guests will be able to sample a variety of sweets, including Tootsie Roll Pops, Trolley Gummy Bears, and Lindt chocolates. The much-anticipated Joburg Art Fair is back, once again filling up the Sandton Convention Center with art from across the continent. So don't forget to get your ticket and attend from the 7th to the 9th of September. If gin or rum or both are your thing, then you need to be at the Gin and Rum Social Fair on the 29th of September in Newtown. Promoting South African gin and rums alongside recognized global brands, this event is a great way for people to taste a wide range of spirits from both SA and international distillers. If you are into laid-back acoustic music in a relaxed atmosphere surrounded by an awesome setting, don't miss the annual White Mountain Festival. Held near Giant's Castle in the beautiful central Drakensberg region of KwaZulu-Natal, White Mountain is a short while out of Durban and Johannesburg. Look forward to ample space within the beautiful surroundings where you can enjoy fishing at the dam, swimming in the pool, or watching your children enjoy the playground area. The Free State Fashion Week is an annual prestigious fashion, lifestyle, arts and culture event held in Bloemfontein. It provides a platform for designers and artists to explore their creativity and display their designs in a manner where their work can be recognized and appreciated. The event also displays diverse lifestyle items and accessories designed by the youth within the province and offers a great ambiance of celebrating the essence of arts and culture. So don't miss it from the 20th to the 22nd of September. Rocking the Daisies Music and Lifestyle Festival is the biggest camping outdoor gathering in South Africa and is back in 2018 for its 13th edition. From comedy, art, film and music to a variety of multifaceted and multi-sensory experiences, festival goers can expect an action-packed weekend of camping, good times, making incredible memories and the best local and international entertainment and so much more.
Well, I'm experiencing one of the first warmer evenings since winter hit us, and it is absolutely stunning. I can't wait to see what the rest of the year has to offer. But right now, we take you to a very, very short break.
The 1,000 angikhona ukuhlala 2 weeks ngayo. I spend 60 rand, return 820, and I work every day, 5 days.
These people cannot continue to hold those offices of government, and also we are calling for them to be removed.
Due to your negligence, many people have died. You must go to jail for murder.
If you want our vote next year, make sure that you do what you are supposed to do.
They've wasted our time. They've made our members to go on strike. They've made the public to suffer for nothing.
Andikwazi ukutya i-treatment ngendlela ngenxa into yoba imali ayikho. Ndifumene 600. Xa ndiphinda futhi ndidrowa ayiphumi ayikho kwakwi-account.
What we are experiencing now is due to the number of people accessing the system at the same time. So if they can just be patient for 3 to 4 days.
Now, what would Trendz travel be if we didn't take you to some of the most luxurious places in all the world? And one of those places is China. So here we go.
It's no wonder global luxury brands from Gucci to Louis Vuitton are investing heavily in China. Despite the slowing economy and a crackdown on conspicuous consumption, there's a new wave of cash-rich millennials. For Michelle Han, a self-proclaimed luxury connoisseur who also runs an online clothing retailer in her spare time, sifting through racks and scouring shelves for fashion's latest trends is a frequent pleasure. Han is part of the country's growing middle class and a generation of often single children armed with family money, eager to splurge on everything from jewelry and fashion to cosmetics and handbags. They start buying luxury brands at a young age, purchasing more frequently as the years go on.
老一辈可能消费奢侈品用来标榜自己的财富啊，或者是体现自己与他人层次的差异。现在购买奢侈品对我来说，只是表示我自己的品味和我追求的生活品质。你的，对。我觉得我们买一些东西是我们真的喜欢它的设计，是我们让它变得更好。我们的价值其实是高于那些物品的，是不是？
Over in Shanghai, Zheng Yalan points out various new handbags tailored specifically for younger patrons in her shop, Glamour Luxury, a retailer specializing in mostly second-hand brand name luxury items.
每个品牌其实它都会针对年轻人有它的推广的，然后像我们店里前2天卖的一个 LV 的 New Wave 系列的，它的配色然后设计都是年轻人会喜欢的一个系列。再包括我们现在店里有的这只 Gucci 的 WOC， 然后这种配色，然后小小的包，然后再看我们小香的这个积木包，也都是就是每年他们都会有新的设计针对我们年轻人的。
Chinese shoppers account for 1/3 of overall global luxury purchases, including those made overseas, and have become key for luxury companies to boost growth prospects.
Chinese consumers today contribute 1/3 of global consumption of luxury goods. This trend is not completely new. I think Chinese has always been spending a lot on luxury goods outside of China. What is new is that an increasing share of that luxury goods actually bought within China. So the domestic spend is increasing, which is one of the reasons also luxury goods yet again are increasing their efforts to build infrastructure in China, both in higher tiers as well as also expanding more aggressively to lower tier cities.
Robust demand has seen brands ramp up their China store expansions and revamp existing networks despite a slowing broader economy and caution amidst a US trade dispute. And as domestic spending increases, companies are increasing their efforts to expand more aggressively to lower-tier cities.
我还是比较喜欢看各样各样奢侈品，然后有了解一些潮流之类的。然后因为他们的就是制作都比较精美精致，然后包括那些用料啊什么都是最高级的这样子。然后呢，对我们其实年轻人蛮有吸引力的。
但是我觉得，就是这些奢侈品泛滥比较多，也一方面会对我们年轻的一代产生一些不好的影响，因为我们这个时期还是处于一个就是人生价值观什么的容易受到外界的影响，所以说这就可能会让我们就是更加注重金钱呐，更加追逐这些东西，其实对年轻一代并不是一个很好的影响。当然，它也有好的一方面，可能激励我们什么之类的也有。
The number of millionaires in China is set to reach a record high this year and surpass that of any other nation. With a makeup palette, some keystrokes of contouring, and a few pieces of fabric, this Chinese makeup artist can transform her features into famous artworks like Leonardo da Vinci's Mona Lisa and Johannes Vermeer's Girl with a Pearl Earring. The 27-year-old has gone viral on Chinese social media for her videos of her makeup transformations, drawing 1 million followers on popular video and music platform TikTok.
因为今天要访的那个戴珍珠耳环的女孩，她是属于那种欧美人，然后眼眶它就是非常的凹陷，然后又是一个双眼皮非常宽，所以我就要仿她的话，我就要先把我的那个双眼皮给它加高位置。
The replication for Girl with a Pearl Earring took her more than 6 hours to recreate, carefully adding layers of foundation to her face to replicate shadows, and wearing a headscarf to match the one in the canvas.
因为我本来是属于比较喜欢尝试新鲜事物的一个人，所以我就觉得仿了那么多具体的人物，那我可以尝试一下画一个平面的这种油画的形象。如果画出来的话，让它动起来，我在想，就是如果像的话，那肯定会有不一样的那种视觉效果，所以我就进行了一个尝试，然后就是大家最后看到的那样的效果。
In May, she kicked off her video series bringing to life Leonardo da Vinci's Mona Lisa in a recreation that was shared widely on social media.
化这种妆就是比平时的那种美妆的话还是要复杂一些，因为这个妆我觉得画仿妆更像是画画，它就是要把另外一个人的脸型给画在我的那个脸上，所以就像画画一样，它会要去画到很多的细节，要去改变我的那个五官。
Makeup has evolved into not only simple pigmented items to enhance one's features, but a way to make a statement. The meaning behind the usage of makeup has evolved drastically throughout the years. Nowadays, makeup is not always used to look beautiful. Instead, cosmetics are often used to demonstrate creativity and express statements that otherwise cannot be as impactful through other forms of appearance. Many people are trending online using these techniques. These women and men have embraced the creative aspect of makeup and apply their artistic skills with the statements they want to make through weekly how-to videos.
就是我更享受的是，最后就是7分像、8分像的时候，然后我可以去模仿他的那个神态和姿势，包括眼神，然后角度去找到那个感觉，然后那种感觉是最棒的，而且是我觉得是仿妆整个过程中是最有意思的，就是在最后的那个找神态的那个环节是最有意思的。
Before her claim to fame, she had her own studio applying cosmetics in preparation for weddings and advertisement shoots. She is now a full-time blogger backed by corporate sponsors. She said her next challenge would be to recreate characters from The Lion King and princesses in Disney's animated films.
Visitors to a former royal chapel in Paris, famed for its 13th century stained glass, can now study intricate details of windows towering 30 meters above their heads thanks to a smartphone app launched by one of the monument's volunteers. Commissioned by French King Louis IX to house relics including Jesus' crown of thorns, the Gothic Saint Chapel contains 15 windows depicting 1,113 scenes from the Old and New Testaments of the Bible, most of which are too tiny to see from the floor. Francis Margot, who mends the door of the chapel and is an amateur coder, created an application completed recently for visitors to download onto their smartphones, which when pointed at a particular window shows magnified versions of the panes with a text explaining the scene.
On a accès à la caméra du téléphone et on a un petit rectangle vert. Il suffit de pointer sur une des scènes et automatiquement on a le descriptif de la scène avec l'image. On peut bloquer la vue et manipuler l'image comme ça, voir les détails des vitraux. C'est quand même assez de temps aussi pour y penser et pour répondre aux attentes des gens parce que c'est la question la plus fréquente qu'on ait, c'est-à-dire quel est le descriptif des vitraux. Ou on peut, en appuyant ici, sélectionner la baie qui nous intéresse. Voilà. On a la Genèse, l'Exode, les nombres. Donc en prenant par exemple la Genèse, on peut savoir dans quel ordre il faut les lire en fait.
The chapel, a world-renowned example of the Rayonnant Gothic architecture, underwent a multi-year restoration completed in 2015. But as each window is 15 meters high, much of the detail of the scenes drawn from the life of Jesus and Old Testament kings was lost. The app, which costs 99 cents, is available in 6 languages: French, Italian, Spanish, German, English, and Mandarin Chinese.
And that's all we have here in today's edition of Trendz Travel, coming to you all the way from the Urban Tree in Sandton City, Johannesburg. Catch us again next week, same time, same place. We'd love to see you.
was saying similarly here, in a process which is intended to be impartial and independent, he should similarly recuse himself.
One can build conspiracy